Did you know that a few mindset shifts can really help you power up your spring and your summer and your fall and your winter? As we're heading into spring and summer, I'm focusing on that, but this can apply to any time of year. So let's dig into some strategies that I use so that you can really boost your energy and help you smash those goals that you've been after since January 1st, right? But before I get into all this stuff, I do want to welcome you to another Power Blast podcast where we provide nourishment for the soul, allowing you to transform from the inside out, providing rapid results in mindset and fitness so that you can recharge that mental and physical battery of yours. We're going to talk about energy today, so you can reclaim your power. And when you are ready and you really want to smash those goals and really take control of the things that you can control and stop worrying about all the external circumstances that are draining your energy, head over to talktoperry.com and I will share even some more specific strategies to your particular needs. So that's talktoperry.com right there in the lower third. So one of the things, so these are some things that over the years I've just tested out. I'm one to, as I come across a really great idea, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. That will be game changing. And then I start to question, will it be game changing? Let's find out. Let's test this out. Instead of totally adopting it right away and saying, oh, this is the way it's going to be, I'll test things out for about 30 days, a little science experiment, if you will. And many of those things have just created incredible momentum moving forward. Where some of the things are kind of like, oh, I would easily dismiss in the past, as like, oh, that's woo woo or that's fluffy or nope, not me. And I'd put up these little invisible barriers around it. And I'm thinking, why not test that out? So there are a couple things, and these are not my tips here, but one thing that I tested out that I did not believe would make a difference for me was adding yoga into my exercise practice. I'm like, nope, too hokey for me, not this. So after I tested it out for about 30 days, I'm like, man, all my other workouts are much better because of this. I'm going to keep going with this. That was one of them. Another one was vegetables. I defended that I hated vegetables with a passion because they were kind of a tormenting time of my life as I grew up. And as I became into my teens and adults, I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to eat them. And so as I'm getting into the exercise world, I'm like, people always say, eat your veggies, all this stuff. I absolutely hate them. But does that still hold true? I'm going to test it out for the next 30 days. Well, after that 30 days, I just kept going. It's been like almost 20 years of being a vegetable eater now, where I was like a vegetable hater before. So these are some things that maybe you do already. And if you don't, consider them. Take it on for the next 30, 60, 90 days and see how, you've got to be intentional about it though. Not just go, yeah, I'll do that and never take action on it. But one of them is gratitude journaling. Now, sitting in gratitude and is one thing, and really writing those things out and getting into that feeling and that vibe it just takes it up a level. Especially if each day, instead of writing down the same 3 to 5 things, I usually do 5 things that you're grateful for, but I mix it up every day. So there isn't this repetition. I just focus on the present. I don't look at it as like a canned to-do list, like, oh, yeah, I've got to make sure I get my family down, get this down, get the, it isn't that. It's, looking at it's like, man, I love the ability to have technology. I love sunny days and just that feeling of spring coming into the air. Or just the feeling of a great small town vibe, because I just got back from seeing the total eclipse. We traveled to Texas, got on the center line, great community, Lampasas, Texas, giving you a shout out here. It's just that gratitude and that gratefulness that you can get into. So it shifts your focus to positivity, really charges up your energy level. So gratitude journaling is one of them. Another one is setting mini goals, and that's kind of what the next 30 days, I look at those as mini goals, I always have a big goal. I think having a big goal is great, but take a look. Think of it this way: if your huge goal that you're not even sure how you're going to get there, because that's what a great goal is about. You don't even know how to get there. You just know that's what you desire. I have a strong burning desire. Reach that goal. Set these mini goals, these little base camp goals that can give yourself quick wins and really feel great, but to always keep you moving forward to the next base camp, to the next base camp, to the next base camp, because those little victories, they fuel your motivation and keep your energy high. I don't even know why I'm calling them little or even small. They're next steps, next level. That's next level goals. Maybe that's what we call them, next level goals. Another one, and it's almost each time I talk about this, it reminds me to do it more often, is mindful breathing. When you feel an energy dip, seriously, pause for a second and just do deep breathing. There's a couple different techniques that I use. One's called box breathing, where it's like inhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, wait a count of 4, and then repeat that a few times, box breathing. And then other ones like 4-7-8 breathing, where you inhale for a count of 4, and then hold for a count of 7, and then slowly release for a count of 8, and do it a few cycles of that. Test that out. I mean, it's amazing stuff. Really can help you sharpen your focus, and brings oxygen to the brain, and feel, not only to the brain but the entire body, right? Another one, and I'm actually going to do this today. Nature walks. Just spending time out in nature reduces stress. That increases energy. And even a short walk, just being through your neighborhood, through a park, whatever, it can reset your mind and your body. So these are like some amazing things. And I know it's easy to say, yeah, those are great ideas, and you never do them. But just say, over the next 30 days, this is going to be my intentional focus. I'm gonna do this. Another one I find to be fun. I don't do it all the time, but when I do, there's a little electric energy that happens. It's standing in a power pose. Even Tony Robbins calls it, make a move. It's kind of the way he does it. It's a confident pose, standing there for 2 minutes. My friend Milan, she does like she calls it a Wonder Woman pose. She walks in, hands on hips, looking at herself in the mirror. So a little bit of mirror work there. Very, very empowering. And just that simple act, it releases a rush of energy boosting hormones. Might feel silly and fun at first, but silly and fun, that's energy boosting as well. Another one, I didn't know how many tips I was going to give today, but as I'm looking at my desk here and my big jug of water, it's to hydrate smartly. Sometimes we're not tired, we're not exhausted, we're not even hungry. We're dehydrated. And drinking water throughout the day keeps your energy levels boosted. And I find even timing out the water, like 16 ounces, like 20 minutes before you have a meal, can really help fuel the energy and actually lead to weight loss if that's one of your goals as well. Another energy booster. You can see a lot of these aren't super complicated, right? They're just easy to forget sometimes that, when you can really dilute the power that external forces are having over you and take control of your own energy by doing some of these things. Connecting with friends is another one. Sharing the laughs, the good times. Even just, one thing I noticed, a lot of our neighbors just will stand in the street and just connect and share. Not to gossip, but just to uplift each other. It lifts your spirits and boosts your energy. So those are just some things that I find they're, compound effect. Sort of thing, where they're super easy to do, but they're also super easy not to do. But if you're really wanting to take control and fuel up that energy of yours, it's kind of like powering up your battery, because a lot of us, we go through our life like we are a 6-year-old smartphone, 2% battery life, and if another app opens up, oh my goodness, so that's kind of way we go about it. We just kind of go with this depleted energy day after day after day. And if we plug in and recharge, it's just for a little bit, and then we are on the go. But these things can keep that battery of yours at 100%. I mean, how would your life look different if your mental and physical battery is running at 100% every single day? Woo! Pretty incredible, right? And if you want to feel even more spring in your step, see what I did there with the spring thing? Okay. Let's chat about energizing your life. Head over to talktoperry.com, once again, down there in the lower third, just to find out how we could talk about those goals and those struggles of yours and where you're wanting to head. And what I can help you do is help you just make the next change to get to the next base camp, to the next base camp, to the next base camp. Those little victories, right? So remember, energy isn't just about what you do, it's how you think. I think a lot of times people don't really give that consideration. They're like, oh, I got to get my mindset right, but they look at it as, I just got to do better, but they mentally beat themselves up all day long and don't realize that is another compound effect in another direction. But if you can adopt even some of these mindset strategies and some of these little activities to fuel up your day, you'll find yourself transforming not just the spring and the summer, but the winter, the fall, and your entire approach to health and fitness. Just go out there and make this really, really impactful, charged up season yet. And I mean, just know you can choose to take control and really reclaim your power, or you can let excuses, you can let justification and rationalization of why you're so overly busy, or comparison on social media, you can let those things control you and drain your power. It really boils down to deciding and committing to yourself and your goals, and having those big goals, and just commit to the next base camp, the next base camp, the next base camp. And then looking at new ways, looking at possibilities, learning and growing, and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. You can drop those down in the comments. I promise that I will reply. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there, plus I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff, and we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find this show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.